All right, welcome to the Ravit Show. We are here at Snowflake Summit, and look who are with me, CEO of Acryl, Swaroop. Welcome to the Ravit Show.
Thank you, Ravit. Really great to meet you. I keep seeing your shows on LinkedIn, and it's finally good to meet you in person.
Definitely, it's always good to meet in person, and I'm kind of excited to chat with you a lot about what's happening at Acryl, DataHub, much more. But just for our audience, would you like to quickly introduce yourself? Tell us more about what you do, Swaroop, and what's Acryl?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Swaroop, CEO, co-founder of Acryl. We got started in early 2021. I used to lead the data platform team at Airbnb. I was there for about 7 years, did a bunch of things, search, data, cloud cost efficiency, and really the kind of use cases and problems that I saw at Airbnb related to productivity, compliance, quality, it all was driven through metadata. That was at the core of everything. And my co-founder Shashanka saw the exact same thing at LinkedIn.
Exactly.
And that's how the company was born. We just shared notes and said, like, we have to solve this for the industry.
Wow.
So, and we both have a history in open source. My team created Apache Airflow. Shashanka created DataHub, of course.
Right.
And then, the company's driving DataHub, the open source community, which is now the #1 open source data catalog, metadata platform. And then, we have the cloud product, which provides more things on top of it.
I love it, and that's a good match. Obviously, I spoke to Shashanka yesterday, and he has always been like developer at heart, and you as well. So I'm always looking forward to seeing two innovators coming together and then building something. It's always fun to watch that space, and always a treat to the open source community. So thanks for sharing those insights. Also quickly wanting to learn a little about, we've been seeing the data and AI landscape moving so fast, it's innovating, it's evolving at a rapid pace. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, clearly there's interest, there's demand, and it's great for all of us. There's also a lot of noise.
Right.
I think customers sometimes get drowned in the multitude of choices they have.
Right.
So, legacy vendors and, the likes of Colibra and Alation, they sometimes slap on an AI label and say it's now ready for the AI world. And we've seen platforms like Apache Atlas, which is a Hadoop era platform being used by vendors like Atlan or Microsoft Purview, and again, they tack on some additional capabilities on top and say it's AI ready and so on. So it creates a lot of noise, and in our experience, there are some fundamental capabilities required at the platform level that you cannot just tack on. It has to be thought of as principles from the ground up, like how do you build versioning, how do you build time-oriented metadata, and how do you actually prove things are happening the way they are supposed to happen when it comes to AI use cases. So bottom line is, amidst all of the noise, I always believe the first principles will win out in the long term. I've seen that happen repeatedly.
Okay, those are fantastic insights. Thanks for sharing those. Also, we have seen a trend towards consolidation and unification in the data stack. How important is it for the organizations to adopt a platform with a unified approach? What are your thoughts around that?
This is an age-old debate, whether to unify, whether to specialize. This was a constant thing that I saw at Airbnb, where you come up with specialized solutions as needed, but then over a period of time, you peel back and unify. Certain things make sense to specialize. Certain things it makes sense to unify. Anything around logical ways of organizing your data, anything that is about managing policies at scale, it doesn't make sense to splinter that across multiple tools.
Okay.
A classic example is ownership. You don't want 5 different ways of defining ownership in every different tool.
Yeah.
So there are more examples like that. So in my view, customers are actually tired of special purpose tools for closely related use cases, and the time has now come for simplicity. People care more about value now, simplicity of implementation, And that's why we have a unified platform which brings all these different use cases together, governance, observability, and discovery.
Okay, thanks for sharing those details. Very interesting, and I'm pretty sure it's very interesting for our audience as well. Also, quickly switching gears a little bit here in terms of talking about open source.
Yeah.
Obviously, you and Shirshanga have been very close to the open source community. You always love to, obviously develop things and then contribute it to the larger community that we have. So, kind of curious to know a little about the project. So, community-driven open source projects like DataHub have seen significant adoption. What are the advantages of building in open source standards and collaborating with a large community of practitioners?
Yeah, so the space is evolving so fast. You want to collaborate with the best practitioners.
Right.
We have the likes of Netflix and Visa and so many innovative companies collaborating with us on driving the DataHub project. And DataHub is evolving very quickly to go beyond just data and now being embraced for AI use cases. So it's really how you can build in the open, build on open standards, and future-proof your investments, and also benefit from the 10,000 plus data practitioners who are actively participating in the community. So we've seen that play out repeatedly, and I'm a firm believer in this model. Obviously, I have a bias for that.
Yeah, no, I love it, and thanks for sharing those details. Also, quickly wanting to learn a little about, first of all, a little about your customers.
Yeah.
Has there been an instance where a customer has surprised you?
Yeah, I think I've been surprised by how quickly customers are moving beyond the traditional BI use cases into the AI use cases.
Right.
It's no longer just prototypes that they're playing with. They're actually going to production with these use cases, and they are demanding that the underlying platform for managing data, for governance, for quality, they don't want yet another tool chain for that. True. So that's what I've been surprised by, the pace of innovation, the pace of AI use cases going to production among our customer base, and DataHub is fast evolving to become that control plane for both data and AI use cases.
Totally. And what do you see in 2024, early 2025? How will this space evolve?
Yeah, I think...
Like what's in the future, I would say?
So, if you look at what's been happening, there's been a lot of emphasis on getting large language models to deal with multimodal data, images, text, and all of that. And I see that the next wave is to actually get more enterprise applications which are built on top of your enterprise data.
Exactly.
Not just the casual chatbot, but actual end-to-end enterprise applications. I mean, there are various ways to do it, agents and whatnot, but those are more details. But you will see full workflows being implemented.
Very true. Yes.
And of course, humans are going to be important, but that's what I see going to production in the next 18 months.
Yes, exactly. I like how you said humans are going to be very important in the game, because it's like, there's always a debate that, oh, is AI going to replace humans? It's never going to happen, but maybe we'll become more smarter.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a demand for specialized talented people. It'll just be used much more efficiently.
Right. That's awesome. One last question for our audience that I would like to ask Swaroop is, if people want to reach out to you, which is the best place, and where can they learn a little about Acryl as well?
Yeah, so we have the open source community.
Right.
So that's the best place to come in and connect with us all. DataHubproject.io.
Right.
And there's a Slack community, slack.datahubproject.io. That's the place you come in and interact with us all. I'm there, I'm present. But I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me. I tend to kind of interact with people directly on the DataHub Slack, so that's the most efficient.
Easiest one, right? Okay, awesome. This was great. Swaroop, thanks for sharing all the details. It was such a pleasure hosting you on the Ravit Show, and we'll keep following Acryl.
Thank you for this chat. I was looking forward to having this chat with you for a while, and good luck with your travels and more shows ahead.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you everyone for watching.